Welcome to Charlie's Toolbox, a podcast for women building sovereign, self-led lives. Here, we explore how art, fashion, media, and mindset become tools for power, clarity, and creative direction. This isn't self-help. This is cultural strategy for women who lead themselves.
If I tell you to choose yourself, your first thought probably is men, maybe even family. But choosing yourself is more than that. It is a lifestyle. Today, we are going to explore 2 of the 5 areas where you can start, and I'll highlight stories, all from women who have permitted me to share them. By the end of this series, you should have 5 tangible ways to choose yourself. And if you find this episode useful, subscribe to my newsletter and Substack at charliestoolbox.com. I break down patterns like this every Wednesday for my newsletter and tell stories and tips about these choices every Thursday on Substack. Additionally, if you enjoy my work, please consider liking, subscribing, and sharing this episode. This is a free way to help our brand grow and ensure that my content reaches other women like you. So let's get started. Choosing yourself often sounds theoretical. It's like when people say you must love yourself. Of course, you get the idea, but what does that mean? What does it look like? And what steps do you take to get there? How do you even know if you're doing it right? And this is where I come in. I chose 5 pillars that will explain what comes with choosing yourself. And this information, along with stories of women doing it, will help you become the woman you desire to be. Choosing yourself consists of 5 pillars, though it is not limited to those 5 pillars. They are financial autonomy, body freedom, relationship sovereignty, family design, and career architecture. Let's start with number 1, financial autonomy. When you review the history of women, you will recognize that one of the most significant ways that they were controlled was through financial dependence. They could not explore their desires, be safe, do what they want, say no, or live life on their terms because they did not control their finances, and society and laws ensured that it was so. Beyond society, you've personally experienced how someone having financial power over you can ensure you have no voice. You've been a child. If you've ever been in a family that says until you pay bills, you can have a voice, then you know how people can get drunk off power because they control the finances. Even if you are in a stable relationship and you trust and believe that the person you love would not get drunk off power, you can be wrong. And I learned this while working at a shelter. When I spoke with most of the women there, they were there because of abuse, and that included financial abuse. The men in their lives started credit in their name and did not pay it back. They took their paycheck away from them, or these women willingly gave these things up in the name of love, only to be starved by the same person they cared about. Because in the end, it does not matter how much you love others or they love you. It can be subject to change. So your objective in your life is to always ensure you are safe and protected. And the number 1 way you can do that is by prioritizing financial safety. Finances give you choices, options, and ways to solve problems. Finances can help you leave. Finances can give you grounds to say no or yes. Finances can buy you safety. It's not the only way you can be safe, and sometimes it does not always keep you safe, but it is an option and it does help. So your objective as a woman who chooses herself is to always own your money. Always have income, have a backup plan or savings. Never let people know how much you actually make or have, because there are pocket watchers and they will ask and they will run you dry. And when you need help, they may not be there. Prepare for the future with 401ks, IRAs. Learn about investments and ways to triple your money and spend on convenience so you can have your time and money back for experiences that you truly desire, or you can have time to think about what you want to do, what's next, how to make more money so that you can have a safety net. Beyond finances, you have to own your body and its freedom. And when I say own your body, I mean own the story you tell yourself about your body and own the way you use it. Own the way you want to use it. Do not allow Hollywood, social media, marketing, trauma, men, or your family own the story of your body. Because when they own it, they tell you to discard it, that it's not enough, that you shouldn't value it, that you deserved it, that you should be something different, and that you don't deserve to live. When they own the story, they can make you exploit yourself for their pleasure, their capital gain, and have unfettered access and control over you. When you own your story of your body, meaning when the lens through which you see yourself is one of unconditional love, you make choices and provide evidence of that unconditional love every single day. And you do that. You do it when you nurture it with sleep, when you decide that your validation is enough, when you prioritize your pleasure, your respect, your care, when you look in the mirror and decide today, I will not sigh, frown, and point out spots on my body that I dislike. When you go to therapy, when you try somatic treatment, when you view food as nutrients, not as good, bad, harmful, or pleasurable. When you thank it for taking you places, for keeping you healthy, for allowing you to engage with this world, then you take away power from institutions and people. If you think about it, you give your story to people you don't know. You don't even know these people half the time. And to the people you do know, the reason why they're trying to have power over your body, over your autonomy, is because they have no power over their own lives. And so they decided to try and use you as a substitute. And so as someone who chooses themselves, you will not allow this. Now, I understand how hard it is to do that. I don't ever want to underscore how hard it is to love and own your body, because so much of your worth and humanity as a woman is tied to that. And we are bombarded daily with that messaging since birth that our body isn't our own. So this is not an overnight or simple decision. It's not. I'm not going to even lie to you. I won't pretend. I will not sugarcoat it. It is not a simple decision, but it is a decision you must make. This is a constant reaffirmation of you choosing yourself. Every day, sometimes multiple times a day, you will have to ask yourself, who is owning my body right now? When you look at yourself and you, is that you owning your body? Or is that someone else? Is that social media? Is that negative body images owning your body? And that's what I had to do to have a good relationship with my body. I had a major depressive episode because I had lost so much. And I didn't even realize it until hindsight. I had lost people, jobs, friends, relationships, and it was so bad that I didn't even register how depressed I was until one day I truly saw myself in the mirror. I had looked at myself. I had dark bags under my eyes. My skin was dull. My hair was dull. My body, it hurt. I had gained a lot of weight. I didn't want to go outside. I felt so bad. I felt like, you know how you have to like force yourself to get up? I felt and looked like that. And one day I looked at myself and asked out loud, is this how I want to feel in my body? Like, is this how I want to experience the world? Do I deserve this? Do they deserve to have this much power over me? What is my story and how can I own myself again? And I slowly snapped out of it. My first step was walking. I walked for vitamin D. I walked to not get sucked into depression because depression hates a moving target. I walked to release my emotions. I walked to have a moment where my brain wasn't thinking. I walked to feel better in my body. I walked to feel good. I walked to tell myself a new story, a story that I owned and not one where I was being owned by all of the things that went wrong in my life. And it worked. It worked. Your pain, your circumstances, your relationships, they can own your body. They can own your body, but it doesn't have to stay that way. You can wrestle control over it, and that is a choice to choose yourself. That is the action of choosing yourself. Wrestling control over your body. This belongs to me, not you, not pain, not stress, not anger, not heartbreak, not family, not capitalism, not racism. This belongs to me. Now, I have so much more to say, and it's going to be featured in the following episodes, but I really want you to take this episode in and to remember that choosing yourself means choosing financial independence, embody freedom, embody ownership. Okay? The next pillars, they're going to be discussed in the following weeks. And if you find yourself inspired by this episode, sign up for my newsletter at charliestoolbox.com and subscribe to my Substack, Charlie's Toolbox, where I break this down sociologically and through story. So on that note, you all take care. And remember, this is your life and it is time for you to choose yourself. That concludes our exploration for today. I hope this conversation has sparked something within you. A new insight, a challenge to the status quo, or a deeper connection to your own radical vision. Remember, Charlie's Toolbox is more than a podcast. We are a cultural studio, a movement, a revolution. If you're ready to dive deeper, to access exclusive tools, and to build alongside a powerful assembly of visionary women, visit charliestoolbox.com to discover the Radical Atelier. Thank you for listening. Until next time, keep